Yes, hello. Welcome to the first of what I hope will be many, many journals detailing all of the research I've been up to. Yes, my name's not important. The local children started calling me Old Man Bungalow, and I thought that was cute. You see, I'm a scientist, and I have spent many, many days in the lab looking into something earth-shattering. For you see, on this day, September 3rd, 2024, I believe I have stumbled upon the secrets of time travel. I call it the multidimensional entanglement hypothesis of temporal navigation. The foundation of this theory is time as a manifold. Time is not a line, but a folded, Calabi-Yau-like manifold that exists in higher spatial dimensions. Linear progression is a projection of this structure into the 3D perception of our minds. This fold allows loops, junctions, and hidden connections through time through which one may travel. You see, I believe that quantum entanglement extends across temporal boundaries. Entangled particles anchor correlations into both past and future, forming retrocausal bridges. The stronger the coherence, the more mass and information can be transmitted across time. For you see, quantum teleportation exists across higher dimensions and can transfer states not across space, but across time itself. The folds act as a wormhole in the temporal manifold, reconstructing matter in earlier or later slices of time. Crossing over the fold does not overwrite the original timeline. Instead, it splits and branches off to a parallel branch. The many worlds interpretation ensures that paradoxes are avoided, as the act of transversal creates divergence rather than alteration. My favorite pie is boysenberry. And now we come to time dilation as navigation. You see, relativity shows that time itself can be elastic. Controlled manipulations of the local dilation fields via gravity wells or quantum fields allows synchronization of entry and exit points across temporal folds, enabling precise navigation. And so goes the process of time travel. First, you must entangle anchors between the source and the target time on a quantum scale. Step 2, you must stabilize the manifold by generating a localized bridge. Step 3, you must initiate a dilation field to sync the entry. And Step 4, you teleport through the entanglement to reconstruct your consciousness in the target's time. Branching occurs, and it preserves causality. Yes, this time I think I'm on to something. And that, friends, is my theory of time travel. And you can bet your ass I'm gonna be working to prove it over the next few months. Things are progressing faster than I ever could have thought. Time travel, such a scintillating topic. The deeper down the rabbit hole I go, the more I discover about the fabric of the universe. My colleagues all think I'm insane. The university cut my funding. I'm not even in a lab right now. This is a fucking green screen. They made me a laughingstock. But who's laughing now, motherfuckers? Soon, I shall have the secrets to everything. By God, I think I've cracked it. I think I've discovered it all and tasted the ooey gooey on the inside. I've formulated a new theory. You see, I call it the multidimensional Plinko hypothesis of temporal consciousness. The theory relies on 4 core principles. 1. Pre-inscribed outcomes. The temporal manifold contains a dense lattice of event pegs, micro-outcomes encoded as boundary conditions on a Calabi-Yau-like time manifold. These are not chosen into existence. They pre-exist as allowable nodes due to retrocausal action. 2. The conscious state as a quantum system. You see, an individual self, the ego, is a higher dimensional quantum state, supported on many possible futures, the paths between the pegs. 3. Conscious observation equals directional update. A conscious observation is a physical interaction that updates the directional measure over paths rather than creating or destroying pegs. This is decision-conditioned decoherence. And that brings us to number 4. Branching without overwriting. Transversal through a peg instantiates a branch without altering the prior lattice. The original branch persists. You see, one can imagine the universe as a Plinko game. The universe itself, the time manifold, the board, the universe laid flat as a plane. Due to the stagnant nature of time and our perception of forward progression, all events represented by the pegs are not possible outcomes. They are fixed events that have already happened in the quantum world. The future and the past have happened all at once. Everything is already written. But you see, there lies the secret. You, the ball. Your conscious state with momentum through time, set by physiology, environment, and dilation fields. Choices don't add new pegs. They tune which already available peg you couple to next, reweighing your amplitude over the fixed lattice. Future states send weak non-signaling correlations backward along entangled degrees of freedom, acting as attractors or beacons, guiding which pegs resonate with your path. Even though many branches exist, each experience life is a continuous geodesic experience. Consciousness imposes an identity continuity constraint, forbidding such discontinuities and preserving uniqueness of lived flow. Though the lattice may be predetermined, your path through it is not. The path you choose will always be unique and unpredictable. If you don't understand, here's a helpful graphic. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I believe I can travel through time. My favorite pie is pecan. I've done it. I've actually fucking done it. Holy shit! That's right. I have successfully sent something back in time. My favorite pie is pumpkin. I wrote a letter to myself and sent it back in time and received it just yesterday with a response from my past self. This has become so much more than it was ever intended to be. Could I be doing something wrong? Perhaps opening a Pandora's box, which I may never close. This I do not know. But what I do know is that I love science. And the science doesn't quit, baby. The time has finally come. The device is finally ready. I've been discussing this with my past self via letter, and the preparations have all been made. That's right, baby, I'm going to the past. Consequences be damned. This is an incredible step forward for mankind, and also a big fuck you to the university. But if this is the end, if this destroys me, and you never see me again, I just want everyone watching to know. Fuck you all, I was a goddamn scientist. Ah! What have I done? What happened? Oh, God! I destroyed it all. It's all gone. It's all gone. No. Who could have known that giving my past self the secrets to time travel could have led to such events? When I returned to the present of my timeline, everything was in utter chaos. You see, my past self traveled in time and gave the secrets to another bungalow. and that bungalow gave the secrets to another bungalow, and so on, until there was just so many bungalows. At first, we all tried to cooperate, tried to bring the timeline back together. But then we realized the dark secret of it all. We had overloaded the system, pushed too far upon the seams that held reality together. It was chaos. Dangerous chaos. With the realization that we were overloading the system came a new realization that only one could remain if the timeline was to be saved. And so began the War of the Bungalows. We began to kill each other. Violently, fervently. A lot of us really enjoyed it, actually. The flood grew stronger and pushed harder against the seams until they ripped free and began to stream out into the other timelines. You see, time is not supposed to be the same across all timelines. There are differences, slight different choices that each version of you has made that has crafted that timeline specifically. My actions have begun a cascade. Once our infection of time reached out into the other timelines, it began to lead them down the same path. Instead of taking a random, unique path through the board, the Plinko ball went the same way every single time. And this, of course, leads to the War of the Bungalows every single time. I tried to stop it. Tried to make it right again. But in the end, the only way to survive was to climb the mountain of corpses and escape. I have tried so hard to save this timeline too, but everything I've done has inevitably led to the same outcome. I discover time travel, and on April 1st, 2025, I go back in time and begin the cascade. But I have to keep trying. I can't give up. The timeline must be saved. And if I can't save it here, I'll jump to the next, and the next, and the next until I've made things right. I can't do it. I can't fix it. What am I? Every mistake just leads to another mistake. Every solution causes more problems I don't understand. It's all unraveling and there's nothing I can do. But I have to keep trying. Little by little, I can change the timeline and cause different events to happen. If the timeline won't change, then I'll make it change. My favorite pie is... I don't even know, man. I can't believe I did it. I actually went and did it. It had to be done. It had to be done. I did the calculations, and it all came down to this. It all came back to this one horrid action. Am I a bad man? Am I the villain here? I can't believe it. It all came back to the ape. Harambe! I killed Harambe! It had to be done. It was the one variable I hadn't tried. The one thing that could create the domino effect that would lead to the end of time travel. There was only one path we could take. And unfortunately, this was it. Harambe! I will stay in this timeline, tweaking all the little changes that need to be made to cause the end of time travel's discovery. And the way that I can make that happen is by driving myself insane. There's no other way. But how do you drive a man such as myself insane? Well, you kill Harambe, apparently. Yes, I know what I must do. And that brings us to our next investigation, which will be... What the hell? I think it's time you and I had a conversation. Oh my.